How are y'all doing today? Like always, I just want to say thank you to everyone who is supporting me and those who are on the ground with me to 500 subs. Bro, we are almost there. About 10 more left? But that's a long ass grind to see where I started from, see where I came from, to know that where I am at right now. That's pretty insane. But if you enjoy NBA content and what I have to say about it, drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you would want to see in any future videos. But without further ado, let's hop right into the story of Luther Wright. Luther Wright was a 7'2", 270-pound center from Seton Hall, who was the 18th overall selection of the 1993 NBA draft. Other notable players drafted this year include Chris Webber, Jamal Mashburn, and Isaiah Ryder. In high school, he led Elizabeth High School to the New Jersey State Championship. Later, he was referred as his hometown hero, as this would start his ascent to the NBA. As stated before, he ended up going to Seton Hall, where he played 3 years, then was selected by the Jazz. When he was selected, he wasn't a star by no means, but he was a raw talent with tremendous upside. But just when things were looking bright for Luther, everything started to slowly fall apart. Before he could even drive, he was cut from the Utah Jazz in his rookie season. Why, you ask? It begins with his cocaine addiction, obesity, and his extremely troubled past, which also led him to be diagnosed with bipolar disorder, where he dealt with suicide attempts, nervous breakdowns, and manic episodes. At this point, things only looked like a nightmare for the one-star recruit. He was also more focused on meeting women and befriending gang members than working on his actual NBA game. This, along with being in and out of rehab and the missing of many practices, just led the Jazz to be fed up and say goodbye to Luther only after 15 games. This would only make things worse as he went to his hometown of Jersey City, a full-blown addict. To understand why he was having these nervous breakdowns, manic episodes, and ultimately a suicide attempt, we must go back when he was a child, which ties into his troubled past. Between the age of 5 and 13, Luther was repeatedly molested separately by 3 relatives, 2 males and 1 female. And like most molested kids, he was too afraid to tell anyone until many years later. Even in high school, it bothered him so much that he couldn't even shower in the change room after practice without having nervous breakdowns, and he would always try to rush home to shower due to being around other guys and fear it could happen again. I also understand that many people don't like showering in change rooms in general, but that's usually because it could be referred as nasty to some people. But I doubt not for the same reason why Luther would, on top of that, he wouldn't even change the well. So I'm pretty sure a lot of us, we don't like showering in change rooms. And it's not reason for what he experienced, more because, it's nasty or you don't want people to see you like that, but nothing to the extreme where he could even do it to the point where he would go insane in a sense. But like previously stated above, Luther went back to Jersey City a full-blown addict. He would beg for crack money at local intersections, showering in local McDonald's, and would sleep in abandoned homes that he would call abandonminiums. They were filled with roaches, rats, and just overall dirty conditions. One night when Luther fell asleep in an abandoned car, he woke up with frostbite on 2 of his toes. He recalls that when the toes hit the metal basket and made a ding-ding sound at the hospital was the final straw for him. He ended up crying out to God on his hospital bed for another chance. Since then, he's been clean from drugs and alcohol and has forgiven the ones who molested him as a child. As of now, Luther Wright does countless things for his community, such as mentoring kids by sharing his insane story, meets with addicts to steer them on the right path. He also met his beautiful wife along his journey in 2003, but most importantly, he maintained that connection with basketball since Seton Hall honored the 93 team that he was a part of. He felt that sign of appreciation, and through his second love for music, he later became their DJ for all Seton Hall home games. He goes under the name DJ Luke B and sits right beside the fan section. He is also the world's tallest DJ. However, he still does battle obesity, and even his family has a history with obesity, where his sister, at age 24, died from it. He and his trainer Frank, who was also a previous crack addict, are trying to work at his obesity, but both say that it has been a long and slow process. He also does smoke weed now, which he says helps him relax and finds the peace within himself. I think Stephen A would have a problem with that. But before I end the video here, one of the most interesting things about his story is that the Utah Jazz are in fact still paying him today from his $5 million contract all the way in 1993 because they organized the payment plan over the years instead of giving it to him all at once. Imagine if he got all that money all at once, he may very well be dead from crack overdose right now. But hopefully this story can inspire some of you in terms of his dark times where he had absolutely nothing for years but turned nothing into something. But if you watch the video the whole way through and stayed this long, I want to thank you. And if you enjoyed, drop a like for Luther Wright and subscribe for more MB videos. And there you guys have it. Good day.